Hello Internet, it is day 16 of Vlog Every Day in April. In my video yesterday I talked about James Bond, and if you've seen any of my older videos on this channel you'll know that I am very interested in spy movies. I watch a lot of spy movies, I read a lot of spy books, I actually had a class on that in college, and this seems to have had the unfortunate side effect of making me slightly paranoid. Now you're probably saying, Andrew, you make videos for the world to see on the internet, how paranoid can you be? My response to that would be, in these videos, which do go over the world, I've never said certain pieces of information. For instance, I've never said what town I live in, I've never said where I work. There are a lot of things I've just never mentioned, and I don't intend to ever mention them ever because I'm slightly paranoid. My paranoia is most noticeable to me when I'm driving. If there's a car behind me for more than like one turn, if I have to go from one street to another and the car behind me continues to follow me, I think they are in fact following me and not just behind me. The best example I can think of this is not too long ago I was driving home from work, and it was at the end of the night. It was probably about 12:30. I turned from one of the main roads to a side road to get to my house, and then a car shows up behind me. This is a little frustrating because I don't like cars being behind me. They tend to just sit right on my bumper and the lights shine straight into my rearview mirror and I can't see anything. It's just frustrating, so I don't really like cars being behind me. So I noticed this guy right away. That road came to a T intersection. I turned left. He turned left. Shortly thereafter, there was another T intersection. I turned left. He turned left. This is just annoying at this point. I'm not really concerned, but it's just, oh, why is the guy still there? Then there's a fork in the road. I go right. He goes right. This still isn't surprising. There's another T intersection. I go right. He goes right. Now this is starting to get weird because at that intersection he could have gone left and that would have been probably the more popular choice. Next up is another T intersection. I go left, he goes left. And this is now kind of strange at this point. He's been following me for about 10 minutes on my 20-minute commute home, and I'm starting to get kind of annoyed. But I'm on a main road now and it'll split up into 2 lanes in a second, so I'm expecting him to go around me. He doesn't. He actually stays right behind me. He follows me through several lights, and then I turn onto another side road, which leads to where my house is. He follows me there too. Now I'm really concerned, because this guy's been following me for a long time. The next thing I have to do is turn onto the road where my mom's house is. It's essentially a condo complex. There's a bunch of houses on a cul-de-sac, but there's not a lot of houses. It's not a huge development. So I turn in there, and this guy continues to follow me. And I am now, like, panicked. Because why would this guy be following me for 80% of my commute home to pull into this complex? It's just too much of a coincidence, and I'm freaking out. My response is to just drive around the cul-de-sac. It's kind of a loop in the wrong direction. My mom's house is closer to one side than the other. I go the wrong way, the long way. Finally, the guy gets away from behind me and goes in the other direction. So I can calm down finally, but I go really slowly to make sure I don't see the guy come around in the other direction so he knows I'm still driving around. No one's followed me home since then. Nothing ever happened with that story, but it just really freaked me out. Have you ever been in a situation like that? Do you feel that my paranoia in that kind of situation is warranted? Let me know down below in the comments. I would be interested in hearing what you guys have to think about that. It's not a story I tell all the time. I think that's going to be it for today's video. I will see you guys tomorrow for Veda Day 17, and goodbye.